Yeah, I think at 8 years old that's about I'd say the limit there.
Yeah.
It's safe to say. Let me check the audio here. Hold on.
You want to know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag.
Okay, there we go. Much better. Mucho better. Hey everybody, what's up? How's everybody doing? Tonight's episode is biggest geocaching myths. I'm curious about what chat in there because I think me and Craig took everything.
Yeah, there it was slim pickings, so but I managed to get some things in there. So
Scott, can you see me in the screener calls?
Can I see you when the screener calls? Let's find out.
I'm not in the screener calls, man.
You're there. Yes, you are.
I can't see it on my end.
You can't see it on your end? Here, I'll put your name in there. Look, you can't see that at all?
There we are. Now I am. Thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hi. All right, guys. Biggest geocaching myths. You think you got a myth that we haven't come up with? You give us a call, 808-468-7924. Give us a call. We want to hear from you. My ear is like, sorry, guys. I'm an ear guy. Like when I get sick, I always go straight to my ears. Seriously, I'm like that. I'm one of those guys that goes straight to my ears. I always get ear infections and stuff. And like for some reason, I don't know if like 10 showers ago, I got water in my ear and like I still hear it splashing around.
Do that closer to the mic. I want to have that ASMR.
Do you hear that water? It's water in my ear, dude. Trust me, I use like a Q-tip every day. Every day I use Q-tip. I clean my ear. Because I get the water out of my ears, or else I legit will get an infection because my ears are super annoying. Shane's got the same problem. Shane had like ear infections his entire childhood because he's got my ears, and it's just horrible. I'm just one of those.
Either that, or he had to listen to you his entire childhood because he was father.
Yeah, so he's just like, shut up. Shut up, Dad. All right, guys. Chad, you ready? Wait, hold on, guys. Stop the call. Toby's calling me. Hold on.
I'm on. So
hold on.
Yes, I'm ready.
Hello, Chad. Your mic's not on. Hello?
Your mic's on, Chad.
It's on now.
I can't hear you, Toby. What?
You're coming in echo.
Yeah, we're literally about to start it. It's 8:30.
Oh, totally forgot.
What's up?
No, I just wanted to say hi.
Hi.
My bad.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, I got you on air. So hi. How you doing?
Hi, Toby.
Oh.
When
people can hear me.
Yeah, but the whole world can hear you. Yes.
Hello, everyone.
All right, buddy. I love you. Are you sleeping here? Or are you sleeping at home tonight? You sleeping at mom's or mine?
Tough decision.
I'm done at 9:30.
Chad, test your mic again.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Hello.
There you go.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Love you so much. I'll talk to you.
Love you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Isn't he adorable, folks? Tobias.
Where are you going to sleep tonight? Your mum's or my place?
I'll let you know. That's undecided. He's undecided. Yeah. It's my
son. The free life. To have that freedom again.
Remember being 20? Is it like, it's like heartbreaking. Heartbreaking.
I was married at 21.
He doesn't appreciate being 20. He doesn't appreciate it.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, here we go. All right. Chad, you good? Let me hear you.
Chad, he's good.
Chad, speak. You're on mute. Oh. I can't go live until I get Chad's good.
Yeah. Where are you, Chad?
He's doing something.
What's he doing?
Guys, now it's Chad's fault. It was Toby's fault. Now it's Chad's fault.
Yeah, that's right. Chad was fine before. We did a little test before, and he said,
he did?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Supper Club. What you in Wisconsin State of
This mic seems to occasionally drop out and it disconnects and while the audio is still coming through here, the mic drops and on my mixer, and I don't know what's happening. So it's been that way with the new laptop.
Time for a new mic, or is it the laptop?
Or just the cord, just the connection, just the cord.
Yeah, it could be the
Yeah.
cord. We can go the
It could
cheap
be
way.
the cord. I could try to replace the cable.
Okay. Well, let's start the show. These people are way.
Yeah,
long.
let's start the
Here
show.
we go.
Let's
Sorry,
start
guys.
the
Apologize, guys. Apologize. Here we go. Biggest geocaching myths. Give us a call. Blah blah blah. 3, 2, 1.
You wanna know how to find it. Seek it out when they hide it. You know it's in the bag when it's an easy grab. But come on, take a chance now. So go, geocache, geocache. And if you need help, we're right there in a flash. If you got a question, just call in and ask. Uncover the stash on the Geocaching Podcast. The Geocaching Podcast.
Welcome, everyone. It's Wednesday. It's 8:30, which means it's once again time for the Geocaching Podcast. My name is Scott Burks, and please welcome our host from Down Under, C. Marshall.
G'day.
And please welcome to my virtual left, my other co-host, the man we all love to scream his name, Jazz 427.
Howdy, y'all. Let's talk geomyths.
That's right, guys. Tonight's episode 835, recorded live on October 16th, 2024, is Biggest Geocaching Myths. Phone lines are now open, so give us a call, 808-468-7924. That is 808-GOT-SWAG. And for your international callers, guess what? You can call us free via the web at callinstudio.com/show/GCPC. But first, Chadley, before we start the show, we got to talk about Patreon.
Got to pay those bills.
That's right, guys. We got two ways you can help us out. You go to first, you go to paypal.com. PayPal.me. That's PAYPAL.me/the geocaching podcast. You make a one-time donation, doesn't matter what it is, it goes straight to the bills. We truly appreciate it. But if you want to be one of the cool kids like Chad and like Craig,
Yeah.
I'm not a patron, so I'm not a cool kid. But if you want to be a cool kid like them, you join Patreon, guys.
Did you get anything with that?
Thanks for asking, Chad. Yes, you do. You get extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. You get stickers and coins and pet and pins. You get the coveted patron only end of the year giveaway show. We just give stuff away.
Oh,
It's
that's coming up
so
soon too.
I know it's creeping up real fast. So, guys, you want to get in on this. Stop being a freeloader already. It's almost the new year. It's 2025. It's time to man up, knuckle up to the bar, and say, yes, I want to help you guys. We want to help pay those bills. I want to not be a freeloader. I want to give back to you after everything you're giving back to us. That's what we want. So, guys, if you want to do that, and we really appreciate it, but we're not begging. No, we're not begging. It's okay. We'll survive. But if you want to help, you can. You go to patreon.com. That's patreon.com/the geocacher podcast.
Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Cachly. Cachly is an advanced geocaching app for iOS. It features powerful online and offline features, including filtered searches, offline maps, and offline saving of caches. Cachly has hundreds of advanced features that will make your geocaching experience just that much better. Get more info at cachly.com. That's CACHLY.com.
Oops, I wasn't ready for that. There we go. And we're also sponsored by Logwork. Logwork are the creators of the fantastic logbook made with genuine Write in the Rain paper. The logbook designed for the micro containers and the present and future. Geared towards the hider who'd rather go cache than do cache maintenance. Find them at logwork.com. That's LOGWERK.com.
It's also brought to you by FTF Geocacher Magazine. FTF Geocacher is the magazine for geocachers written by geocachers. With 6 issues a year, FTF offers practical advice, hints and tips, cacher bios and milestones, geocaching events, trail tales, and all things geo-related. Find them at ftfgeocacher.com. That's ftfgeocacher.com.
And by the Maxsuds Body Company. Maxsuds Body Company makes handmade bath and body products from all natural oils and butters. Items such as Poison Bee Gone soap, It Spray, and 2-cent choices of bug spray are all great for outdoor enthusiasts like geocachers. At Maxsuds Body, we have it covered from head to toe. Find them at maxsudsbody.com. That's MACSUDSBODY.com.
And by Practical Geocaching. Practical Geocaching sells utility items for geocaching. Our items are made in the USA, and we always provide free shipping. Find them at practicalgeocaching.com. That's PRACTICAL geocaching.com.
And that's mine. That's mine. That's
Hi,
mine.
that's
I fell
yours.
asleep.
Yes.
That's
Welcome.
mine. Art
I
and
know.
Crafted. Art and
It's space
Craft is next. And they create unique geocaching themed tees and custom designs for you and your geocaching group with adult sizes ranging from small to 5XL. If you have an idea for a shirt design and cannot find it, then you've gone to the right place. Give them the opportunity to show you how they can enhance your geocaching experience with your own custom design tee. Visit them at artandcrafted.com. That's ARTEDCRAFTED.com.
And buy pattax.com for all your swag and Pattax needs. Visit our website to get creative help, to trade or log tags, or to purchase your own personalized Pattax. With over 50,000 tags to collect, pattax.com is everything you need to start your Pattax obsession. Visit them at pattax.com. That's PATHTAGS.com.
I missed another one. And by
You're
GeoGo.
both sleeping.
I'm sleeping. Sorry, my sister texted me at the exact same fucking time that you did it. Look at that. See, it's still coming in. Still coming in.
You need to ding yourself there.
Yeah,
What?
ding yourself.
Texting what? What am I doing?
No,
for?
you dropped an F-bomb.
You'll hear
I
it.
did?
You'll hear it. Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
hear it when you go through.
Oh man, now I got to edit. God darn it. Sorry, guys. I apologize. I didn't mean to drop that. My sister was texting me. Look at it. See? And anybody who's at work, trust me, I'm pointing to my watch, and you can see this text is scrolling up.
GeoGo.
Thank you. And by GeoGo, I can't believe I swore. Go geocaching with GeoGo, the geocaching app for Android that includes. Wait, hold on a sec, really quickly. What time is it? 11 minutes in. Okay, thank you. And by GeoGo, the geocaching app for Android that includes a Where I Go player, trackable scanner, companion watch app, and county finds database. If you are an advanced geocacher, GeoGo helps with powerful features like nearby cache notifications, optimized routes, offline bulk TB offline mode, bulk TB logging, and much more. Learn more by visiting him at geogo.com. That's GEOOH-geo.com.
And finally, by our brand new Cachecraft. That's right. Cachecraft creates handmade devious geocaches, including their popular devious branch geocache made of a genuine tree branch. I've held it myself. They also create path tag and geocoin displays. Right in the rain log sheets, geocaching stickers, swag to stock your geocache, and much more as well. Geocraft. Jeez.
There you go. Come on.
Cachecraft. This is brand
There you
new.
go.
Cachecraft has the geocaching products you want to enjoy geocaching to the fullest. Visit them at cachecraftnj.com. That's CACHECRAFTNJ.com. That's a real H.
That's a real H.
Yes, yes.
And as always, hey Chad, as always, you can find our sponsors on our website or
in our show notes.
In our show notes. That's right. Yes. Okay, sorry guys, we butchered that, and so I apologize profusely for that.
Excuse me. I think I didn't butcher anything there.
Chad was the best out of all three.
Was on fire.
Yeah,
Chad was on point. Oh, sorry.
Chad was on point.
A rare Chad on pointness, guys. Is what
exactly.
Exactly.
And for those listeners, Scott, those listeners out there as well who listen to this as audio only and skip through the first part.
Literally is like 99.9% of our listeners.
But they skip for the first 5 to 10 minutes. You have to go back and listen to our thing.
For anybody who does that, and hey, you know what? God bless you. I don't care. I do care, but I don't really care. You miss stuff because for anybody who fast forwards it every time, we try and make it fun. I know it's a pain. I know you guys. For us, it's not because we appreciate our sponsors. Immensely. We love them, and please go to their stuff and buy stuff, please. But we try and make it fun, just so you guys know. Just so you guys know, we try and make it fun. So we try to keep it lighthearted.
Scott, are you saying that you messed that up on purpose this time?
No, I don't mess it up on purpose, but like, nor do I drop F-bombs.
Oh, I did. Mine was all on purpose. Just saying.
But we try and keep it lighthearted, and I try and make people laugh, and try and keep it fun while actually getting the point across.
And you listen to the H's now as well. It's the H's in there.
H will not do that. Will never get old. Ever.
I'm sure all my bubbles in the past are on purpose.
We need a H. I got it. H bomb. Literally, my t-shirt's going to say H bomb. We are going to have a t-shirt that says H bomb in the show, guys. Within a week, H bomb. Let me make a note. I'm literally going to make a note.
On the front, geocaching is fun. And on the back is hbomb.com. And by the way, if you're listening out there as well and watching this too, and you are a patron, don't forget, Scott, you put out as well with patron only. They get everything at wholesale price, and you put out this week
I
post.
did. I just put it out. Yeah.
You just put it out like this week.
I
Like 2
updated.
days
I
ago.
updated. Somebody was saying, "Hey, it's not working anymore," and I was like, "Oh my god, you're right." And I updated it. And you know what?
Yep.
Let me tell you guys. Let me how you know it's real. I legit got a warning from Threadless going, "Hey, if you give this out, you're not going to make any money." And I'm like, "I know. I don't care." Because as I've always said, guys, it's not about making money.
Yeah. No.
It's about you promoting the show and you getting your swag and your hashtag rep the pod.
I'm so looking forward to the next big mega that I go to, and I see my ugly mug with your two
You're
as
gonna
well.
see it. It's trip. It's
some
a trip,
shirt.
dude. It's a trip.
Someone's wearing a shirt with my head on it. That's gonna be crazy.
No, I love.
Mine
Came
in the mail today.
Oh no! All right. And by all means, see my shell, document it and put it on Instagram. That's what I always do. I always document and throw it on Instagram.
And not won't be just on Instagram, but my channels as well. Just saying, because I don't have stuff like that on my stuff.
You know what I love the most, and honestly, this is why I love our listeners so much, is because there's many other podcasts out there, geocaching podcasts. I don't see other geocaching podcast T-shirts when I'm at Megas, but I see ours. Yeah, and that's what I love.
I see some other geocaching shirts in general, like from Art and Crafted, for instance.
That's not a podcast.
That's not a podcast.
Right.
And I see a couple of vloggers out there as well, like Hailmeister, Josh. They've got shirts from their patrons have their shirts for them as well. So I see those a few times. So I do see the bald-headed guy like Hailmeister with his big bald head as part of the Meister crew on people's shirts too. So I do see him often. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, but we will get a H-bomb that will be a T-shirt, guys. I promise you that will be a T-shirt. It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, well, there you go.
A H-bomb. And somebody requested to make a geocaching is fun weed T-shirt larger with larger text. So I think I might do that as well, just to appease people. But I think I might do that as well. Maybe do geocaching is fun, and then we underneath it, just in a larger font, just to make it a lot more fun. But the way it is now, guys, is it's literally that is the log. That's how the log was exactly how the log was written. So that being said, Chad.
Sir.
Really quickly though, hold on. You're not gonna believe what I did. Amazingly, I got a Geocache coin.
Hello, Craig speaking.
Craig, you're on. Mute yourself. Guys, you're on. I got a Geocache coin. Hello. Gifted to me. How awesome. I still hear you, Craig.
Here, I muted him.
How often is that? I got that coming in the mail. Somebody.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm super excited for it. Because they're super hard to get and they're super old. So I'm super excited for it. That being said, Chad, any other news? I don't think there's any. No, this week is Adventure Labs this week.
Yes. This is it the full week or is it the weekend? I think it starts. I think it starts on Saturday and on Sunday.
Yeah, it's the full weekend. It is the full weekend.
Yes, it is.
So what's nice is this weekend I'm heading down to it's about like last weekend. So I'm taking rocks and we're going down to Indiana. And we're going down and we're camping over. We're doing a camping overnight. We're going to your hometown, Chad, your home state. Going to your home state, Chad. We're heading down to Turkey Run. I've never done Turkey Run so far.
Oh,
I've never done it. I know. It's like amazing, isn't it?
I walked by the Turkey Run cache, the one that's like in 2000, put out in like, was it November 2000 or something like that? I walked by that cache probably 6 times and never even realized it was there while it was out. And I love Turkey Run Park. And then I realized it was there after I started geocaching. My little brother was getting married, and the day before his marriage, I ran down to from Annapolis all the way out to where Turkey Run Park is, which is probably about an hour and a half drive out, and to get that cache. It was another good hike from where I parked to get the cache, but yeah.
So I'm taking rocks. Me and Rocks are going to go overnight. Last camping trip of the year. Just an overnight. It's going to be 40 degrees, which will be fun. But I got a new sleeping bag, which is like rated for like 30 degrees, so I should be okay. Hopefully, knock on wood. But so I'm gonna do that. Oh, that's an oldie, obviously, and then I'm gonna go drive down an hour to Terre Haute, and get another oldie. So that's 2 oldies I'm gonna get on that trip. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice. Just me and Rocks just get away for the one more camping before the season's over. So I'm excited for that.
But that's not the one in Terre Haute, though, isn't the oldest in Indiana, correct?
No, it's like GCC 7, I think is what it is. I think it's
GCC
GCC 7.
7.
I think it's November of 2020. I think it's an oldie. So we're gonna go get those two, and then I'm gonna get Turkey Run, which is I can't remember what Turkey Runs is. I can't remember what the GC is on that, but how old? It's old. I know that.
Yeah, it's an old one. I think it's like I want to say a late 2000 or maybe an early 2001.
And did you get an Earth Cache last weekend, Chad?
Yes, sir, I did.
So did I. I did too. I wonder if Craig did. I'm sure Craig did. I'm sure. Sorry, guys. He's on the phone. He's working a phone call right now. So, Chad, let's talk about geocaching urban myths. The biggest geocaching myths there are, because there's many of them. There's many of them. I will start because my list is way longer than yours because you waited too long, and so you got the short end of the stick. So, first one, right out the bat. Okay, right out the bat. You ready?
Yep.
When it comes to geocaching, you can only do caching in the woods. I literally had the sound effect. Oh wait, that's not it. Hold on. There we go. No. Oh, this one. There we go. There it is.
There we go.
That's right. No, you do not. Geocaching is definitely not only in the woods. It's definitely not only in the woods. You can absolutely cache urban caching. Urban caching is great, actually. I love urban caching. Chad, how much urbans have you? Give me your ratio, Chad. Woods to urban.
I'm gonna say 50-50.
Really? 50-50. Wow.
Now, as far as days caching, specific days caching, I would say it's probably more like 80% urban and 20% woods. But when I'm like woods or rural caching, I tend to be getting a lot more in a day.
But you're saying you think you're 50-50.
I think I'm roughly 50-50. I mean, you got to consider things like the snake power trail there.
No, we're not. No, we're not considering that. I'm not considering it. I'm talking woodsy or urban. Urban meaning like a city or a suburb,
right?
And a snake is nothing. That's like I don't consider that either.
But it's none of it's in the city. It's desert, yeah, but none of it's in the city, so it's urban. Pardon me, it's rural.
It's rural, but
it's 100% rural.
It's rural, but it's not woodsy. Okay, so maybe there's woodsy,
okay.
rural, and urban. Maybe there's three types.
Okay, if you want to go strict woodsy, probably 10%, 15%.
Craig, woodsy to urban. What's your ratio?
My personal ratio, it's going to be woods first to urban. I'm going to say 20 to 80.
20 to urban, 20 to 80 woods to urban.
Woods to urban, 20% woods, 80% urban.
I see. I'm like 80% woods, 20% urban. I'm flipped, you guys. But I was taught by an old school cacher. I prefer the woods. So like,
I prefer the woods, but you know.
And just to let you know, Scott, as well, and he's probably listening as well. Sorry that last caller, he's tried to call in twice now, and each time it's just dropped out. And I just lost him again there too. So, and it's a first time caller as well. So if you're calling, ring back.
Somebody call in and make sure the call-in screen is working.
Nighthawk, if you're there,
a regular caller, call in, make sure the call's working.
Skippy, call in.
Skippy, call in, make sure it's working. Chad, to you, because in case Michelle has a call. Chad, to
you. You keep the geocaching container.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
You definitely don't keep the geocache. That has happened though. That
has happened, especially things like the birdhouse ones and stuff like that. That looks like it's nice, and ammo cans, of course, disappear.
Which that cracks me up that people would legit. Oh, ammo cans disappear all the time. Yeah, but that's just taking them. I don't think that's people going like, "Hey, I shouldn't."
I think there are some newer cachers that have, when they first started out, have accidentally swiped containers. I've even read logs and they didn't realize it, and they went and put it back. So,
oh really? They didn't realize they shouldn't.
Probably better than they found it, of course, but
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I've had many ammo cans swiped to the fact that I stopped putting them out for a while, but now I put them back. I'm starting to put them back out again, just because like I like ammo cans and like who am I like if I'm not doing it, who am I to say like, you know, who am I to find them if I'm not putting them out? So basically, lately all I've been
Right.
putting out is ammo cans. That's all I've been putting out. We actually had a whole slew in our garage, so when we left, I took all them, and I've been putting them out, and it's fun. I like
Yeah.
putting 'em out. I like putting ammo
If
cans.
if it is a highly visited area and highly likely to be passed by muggles, then I chain them. I chain them to a tree
See,
or
yeah, I'm not a
cable them
genie.
more like it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with this, and this just happened over the weekend. Cody and I were out caching, and we came across one, and it was when I say it was on. This thing was like a mile away on an island, so we had to take a peninsula to an island and then walk a mile. Okay, a mile. Okay,
Right.
we get to it. It's an ammo can. God bless. It's an ammo can with a lock on it. Okay, and you have to know the combo. Well, the problem is that he gives you the combo. He gives you the combo in the in the
hint.
notes, in the hint. The
Mhm.
problem is that it's a lock, and it's a lock that is no in the weather. It's seeing
Oh.
the weather.
Right.
So it didn't work. Like the lock was locked. Not locked, but the lock was,
It wouldn't
toasted.
operate.
Yeah, it's been through multiple winters of Chicago. And now it's toasted. So like we literally had to like pry open the corner of the ammo can, literally at the, and to pull out the
You mean you don't carry a can of WD-40 with you to spray it into
Mhm.
the lock and get it all
Yeah.
everything
No,
working
we do
again?
not. No, we do not. What happened? Did another person call in and get dumped too?
Oh no, that was FF Skippy. He just said Skip just said, "Oh no, I'm only here to test." That's it, and he tested fine. So I did a test of him, and that was it. So yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay, so sorry we went down that rabbit hole. So Craig, to you, as long as somebody's here.
Okay,
Craig,
for
to you-
me, see, I don't know what you've said yet because
I'll tell you what we've said. I said geocaching is only done in the woods, and
Okay,
Chad said
well then you took my
you
first
can
one.
keep the geocaching container.
Oh, that's on my list too. Okay, I'll go to my next one, and that is geocaching is just for kids. It's a kids game. What are you doing playing as an adult?
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, geocaching just for kids. Why are adults playing this stupid kids game? There's because all you can get out of containers is toys like McDonald's toys and stuff and different swag like that. What else? What else do you do it for?
I'm a big kid. What are you talking about? I think geocachers are all kids at heart. So,
Mhm.
but yeah, they're not for necessarily strictly youths.
Yeah, I
Children.
think. See, I think with the swag component inside of large containers like ammo cans, etc., as well, that gets the kids involved. That gets it as a family event. You know what I mean? So I know myself when I had my kids and they were of a young age, they would enjoy geocaching because they'd have their little swag bag with them,
Right.
so they can. And
Right.
the amount of times you'd sit there for 5, 10, 15 minutes at a container with it open, you've already signed the logbook, but here's your son playing with the toys inside. You don't want to stop that from happening. So you know what I mean?
You do. It's like, let's close it up.
Well, that's
let's
also
get
why.
on.
That's also why an empty ammo can drives me bananas.
Yes. Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, so that's the reason why I think personally. So yeah, but I've heard it saying that it's just for kids. I'm like, it is for kids, but not just for kids. So there's a difference.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would definitely say that the vast majority of active geocachers are
Mhm.
adults.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Yes, of course. Yes, I believe.
Yeah.
We're talking probably what percentage? We're talking 99% of active geocaching accounts are all over the age of 21, even.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, the median age is over our age. The median.
I was
age.
gonna say, I think it's over 41. 21.
Yeah, median.
I
Yeah,
think you're
exactly.
being kind with that number.
Mhm.
Well, there's some young people out there, Scott, that enjoy this game as well. Buckeye Casher, I hung out with him the other weekend as well in Rome, and he's in college. He's in his second year of college. A great kid. I can call him a kid still too because I look like his father when we're walking around college together. But anyway, But yeah,
No, I mean,
as Skippy says,
I wish it existed back then when I was in college. Oh my
Oh.
god, yeah, I wish it did. Or
Oh.
high school for that matter. Oh my
Mhm.
god, I wish I could.
you imagine how many dates you'd take your women to, they're saying, "Oh, let's go find a cache in the woods." It's a great way to sort of separate them from all their friends. So
Right.
now I'm starting to sound stalkerish, but anyway, let's move on.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
It's like I'm getting away from this guy.
All right, I'm next up.
Yep.
You cannot geocache if you're disabled.
Yeah, that's one of mine as well.
Did you even read mine before you did yours, dude?
I did mine first. Mine were up there like the day of you put it up. Just saying.
So you can absolutely geocache if you're disabled.
Mhm.
Many that's you look at the DT ratings and you can absolutely do it. I know disabled people who geocache, so you can absolutely. That is a huge myth. That is absolutely not true.
Mm-hmm.
Even people in wheelchairs can geocache.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And not only that, I've seen, and look, technically it breaches the rules, but I've seen events whereby was specifically for wheelchair geocachers themselves to come to like a location where it's a T5 cache, and literally, not someone didn't climb the tree for this person. No. They rigged it up. Scott, so the person can climb themselves in their wheelchair up the tree with the ropes. Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
There's a video online about it, and I just went, you know what? That's amazing. Actual, other people doing things for other people that way as well, so they can actually get their own 5-5. Truly get their own 5-5
Truly
as
get
well.
their own
Not
5-5.
truly
Wow.
get their own 5-5.
Right.
So that was brilliant.
Awesome. I love that. That's
Mm.
awesome. I love that.
Sweet.
So yeah, it's guys, it's not just for everybody. It's not for everybody else. It's also for people that are disabled. Absolutely.
That's right.
Chad, to you, sir.
Cities aren't good for geocaching.
Cities aren't good for geocaching.
See, Scott would probably agree with that.
And so I have found many extremely amazing geocaches in cities, including multis that take you around to places, Where I Goes, Adventure Labs, and even things like field puzzles or gadget caches in cities. I love gadget caches that are in cities that are, in plain sight, and people don't realize that they're geocaches.
Right.
Yeah. So, there are, so geocaches can be extremely good in cities.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say, like, all the hidden in plain sights. Those aren't in the woods. Those are in the cities. Absolutely. I've seen amazing caches. I love a really good hidden in plain sight one where it's just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, those are awesome. Absolutely.
Exactly. And this wouldn't happen to you, Scott, because you're like almost a charter member, but to us newbies like myself, and that is, as soon as we found out about the game though, and then we downloaded the app and we had a look and we walked past those ones hidden in plain sight, and we were like, I've been walking past this thing for years and had no idea.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden you get that feeling of that you're in a selected group that no one knows about, like you're in a secret society feeling. And then that feeling is separate again from the thrill of the hunt and the thrill of the chase. So yeah, that's part of the thrill too. So you're in a secret society.
Well, and that's one of the ways that I actually bring people. I'm like, you know what? Give me your address. I'll tell you how one is close to you. I'll tell you the one closest to your house. And usually it's literally like, oh yeah, it's like 600 feet from your house, dude. There's a cache 600 feet from your house.
Yep.
I'm like, really? I'm like, oh yeah, it's right down the street. Yeah. That's where you get them, when it's like you realize, like, like, oh yeah, you work. Yeah, there's one right down the street. That's the best part, is that's the easiest way, is to show them how close they actually are.
Oh yeah, coworkers. I met a bunch of my coworkers from AMD in Austin back in July, and I was talking a little bit about geocaching, and it's like, oh, how many of them are there? And I said, well, I bet there's at least 2 within pretty short walking distance of us. I pulled it up, and within 1,000 feet, there were 3. In different directions. And so, it's like they're all over the place.
Oh my God, they're everywhere. I mean, especially these days. Oh my, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
Literally wherever you go. I mean, when I started in 2008, they were not everywhere. You know, it was
No.
like they were a lot, but not like now. You know, I mean, you hit 2024, they are everywhere.
Yep.
It's crazy how many there are. You know,
And if there aren't any in there, and it's in a urban urban area, leave.
that is the truth, and that's not a myth, guys. That's the truth.
That's the truth.
If you're in, again, let's rephrase that. If you're in an urban area and you look and there's no geocaches, by all means, get the heck out of there as fast as you can.
Yep.
Yes, agreed. You know, it's funny. It's a funny story. Down a rabbit hole here. Years ago, 2009, as a matter of fact. Oh my God, 2009. Wow. In Chicago, we have something, Chad, called the 606 challenge. It's the Chicago area code challenge, which means finding a cache in every area code in the city of Chicago proper. Okay. For
Mhm.
the record, there are 81 area codes in city of Chicago proper. Okay. Now, I got most of them except for the bad ones, as you can imagine. So what
Mhm.
I did is I was smart about it. I waited until December 25th, 2009. Okay. Christmas Day, kids. And that's when I took geocaching day. And I went to all those neighborhoods at 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, 8 in the morning on Christmas Day. I figured that has to be the safest day on the
Safest.
planet, right?
Oh yeah.
Go to those places. No one's out or no one's up. No one's up. So that is when I finished that challenge on Christmas Day 2009, because I got all of those other necessary 606 area codes. Sad story to that. Okay. The liquor stores at 6 in the morning were open in those area codes. 6 a.m. open.
Wow.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay, guys, we got a phone call. On that note, we got a phone call. We have got California on the line. Is that Gas Station Tuna?
Yeah. GST.
First of all, let me say, dude, you have the best geocaching name in geocaching. And I've said that many times on the show. The best geocaching name in geocaching.
That's up for debate. I
No.
met someone not that long ago called Poop Lover.
Poop
and another
Lover?
guy
No.
Called Fart Master.
No.
So we're in
not even close to
we're
not even close to Gas Station Tuna. Not even close.
Anyway, well, thank you.
The greatest caching name ever.
Thank you. And good to see you guys. I think, Scott, we saw each other back in the 20th anniversary a million years ago.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, and anyway, good to see you here. Glad to be on.
Thanks. What's up, buddy?
So today, I like you guys brought up the whole disabled thing.
Yes.
About hiding caches that are disabled positive, and I have a cache that has been in like a couple of my friends. So here's the deal. It's a ring that is hung on a rung of a telephone pole about 15 feet up.
Okay.
That is completely accessible from the sidewalk. And the only way you can get it is by having some sort of tool, like a 12-foot, an extendable pole,
Sure, a pole, yeah,
or something like that. Or, you could do it with a ladder, but the way I do it is with a pole. So the question is, a wheelchair, it is wheelchair accessible if you have the right tool.
Sure.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I have it as a 4-1.
Oh, one
terrain. 4
okay.
difficulty, 1 terrain.
Okay.
Because the wheelchair can come right up to the base of the wheel of the telephone pole, and you have your 15-foot pole and do whatever you do. That's the way I do it. I mean, that's when I have to check on whether or not somebody's actually signed it or not. That's how I do it. So I've gotten some grief about that, saying it's not a 4-1. It should be a 4-4 or a 1-4. The opposite, just because you can't get to it. But you're still, however you do it, you're still standing on the ground generally.
Mm-hmm.
Now, recently, we've had a couple of new cachers that have actually climbed the telephone pole, which I don't know how they've done it.
They shimmying
their
up the
names
pole
are on the
there.
log.
They monkeying up the pole there? What is-
Yeah, literally, they're saying they're using like Target carts. It's outside the Target. They're bouncing on Target carts and climbing up the pole monkey style. Which,
Wow.
I don't
Wow.
know,
Oh, to be young. Oh, to be young.
right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But regardless, you could. The whole idea is that you stand at the base of the pole, and you have your tool, your extendable pole or whatever. You could use a ladder, I guess, but I mean, you stand at the base of the pole, of the telephone pole, use your pole, and you do it. So that's why I have it as a 4-1, which is completely doable if you're in a wheelchair.
Of course. Well, okay, hold on really quickly though. Just to finish this off though, is there a curb right there? Can they get to the cache from a wheelchair?
Absolutely. I mean, there's a whole parking lot. I mean,
okay.
There's an entire curb.
Because if there's a big curb there that they can't get to it, that's one of the things,
No. It's literally at the side of a parking lot.
Okay. I could see the only complaint I could see
and
of people.
it's on a sidewalk. So I mean, it's all completely accessible.
I said the only complaint I could see. I don't have an issue with that. I think the only reason you're getting complaints is because Chad,
here's a picture of it. Literally posted today.
Oh my God, he's oh my God. Anybody at work? It's literally a teenager on a Target cart getting the cash.
And the Target cart is on its end.
Turned on its end.
North south.
Wait, what is that? Where is that?
It's on your gallery.
It's on your cache. It was it was published today.
So that's my cache.
Yeah, that's your cache.
That's your cache.
I got that log today. It's called pole position, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that log today. So you can see how you can be up. If you were in a wheelchair, you can pull right up to that.
Sure, absolutely.
And if you have a long enough pole, you can do it.
God bless Gen Z. Look at them. Look at Gen Z figuring out a way. Look at them.
Thinking outside the box. Exactly. Going the hard way around.
If you look at the one before that, they did like a monkey climb. Like they held onto the pole and actually climbed up.
Wow.
Oh,
and
I didn't notice that at the top of the picture. Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Oh my God.
Is Chad going to share that one as well?
So the only issue, Tuna, the only issue I'm seeing, honestly, is that
up here and down here, you can see that they monkey climbed up the thing.
Oh wow. Yeah, they did. They literally did.
Yeah.
To be that young and have that much strength.
So the only issue I'm seeing is that because you have to use a tot, that could be considered.
Yes.
That would be if I'm wondering why people would be complaining. That's the reason I think they'd be complaining, because you have to use it.
Yeah, and technically you could have made it
difficulty.
What'd you say?
Could have made it a terrain 5, technically.
Right. He could have made it a terrain 5. It could be a terrain 5. Yes.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is that you could get. I mean, the whole reason I have it as a 4-1 is because it's harder to get, but you can really drive. You can be right up against the pole.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with the 1. I don't, because I found many of those. Yeah, if usually it's a 4, 1.5, and I'm like, okay, I know that I can be on the ground and get it.
Yeah. So terrain 1 definitely tells you that it's wheelchair accessible, but the attribute as well, which is on the page, so you could make a terrain 5 with a wheelchair attribute, and you need a top.
Yeah.
How do you do a terrain 5 with a wheelchair attribute though? Doesn't a wheelchair attribute mean it has to be 1?
No, it does not have to be 1. You're saying that it's wheelchair accessible, so you can if special tools are required, it can be that's part of the definition of a terrain 5. Special tools are required in order to get there, or in order to access the cache. You can still be able to roll up to the cache, use a top, and to retrieve it, so it's still the cache is still wheelchair accessible, but requires a top to be used.
Yes.
So
the ring, so the ring is wheelchair accessible. The cache is not, technically.
Well, the pole is wheelchair accessible, but
The pole.
the
Oh, the pole.
pole.
I'm not changing it. Just-
Oh no, I'm not.
I'm not suggesting.
No, of course
I'm
not. No,
suggesting that. I'm
It's-
just
no.
I think it's one of those ones where it could even go either way. And a lot of the
Right.
reviewers would actually knock it back, Chad, as well. If you said it was a terrain 4 with a wheelchair accessible, they'll knock it back straight away, unless you say, this is how it's hidden, and this is the reason why I've done
Exactly.
with this attribute, because you need a specialist.
You might need to do clarification.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you go, well, where does the specialist equipment come into it? Is a pole actually specialist equipment, or is specialist equipment is actually scuba gear, or is it a boat, or is it
I think a pole. No, I think a pole is a specialist. It's a tot.
specialist
Anything that's
equipment?
a tot. A
tool,
tool of trade.
tool of the trade. Well, like, what about a ladder then?
Right.
A ladder, is that
You know
specialist
what,
equipment?
though?
Absolutely.
That brings into
Yeah.
the conversation. Are tweezers considered
Yes.
special equipment?
Oh,
Because I
good.
think
Look at Tuna.
No.
Dropping
I know.
truth bombs.
GSC.
Oh man, going down a rabbit hole.
Well,
Look at you.
The only reason I'm bringing that up is because I've talked. I'm good friends with a reviewer, two of our reviewers in this area,
Uh-huh.
and they say they don't really lean into the terrain and difficulty because somebody could have a liar's cache,
Oh yeah.
and we have a couple of those around here where it's a liar's cache and it's a 5.5, even though it's a 1.1, and you have to figure that out. So they don't get into the DT ratings, at least in this area, and I'm hoping I'm not getting them in trouble by saying that. But they don't lean into the DT ratings because that's up to us as hiders to be what it is, and the liar's caches go against that, right?
Yes, they do. Yes.
So if I were to say, okay, this is a 1.1, even though it's, you still need a pole and you can't get to it and all that stuff. It is what it is, and people complain about it. But that's why it was a 4.1, because I think that's what it is. But anyway,
I don't have an issue with your. I don't have an issue with your DT at all.
No.
I have no issue with
No,
it.
I don't have an issue with it. I was just saying that it also could be
Yeah.
you know,
It absolutely could be
classified,
because
right.
it uses the top. But I would know exactly what to do if I saw your DT. I would know. Okay, I don't have to climb it. I just have to look up.
And just
Right.
for my edification, I'm actually for the Twonky's edification. Take that, because he was like it could be a 1.4 or whatever instead of a 4.1. So
Oh, you can't knock the Twonky. He's my mate too.
That's
You're
Twonky.
both my mates. Like,
Everybody's your
I
mate.
can't have my mates.
he and I get into all the time. He's like one of my best friends, and he and I get into all the time. He's like, that's not a 4.1. It should be a 1.4. Anyway, so I'm recording this, and we're going to take it all.
Yeah.
Anyway, good
Yeah,
talking to you
absolutely.
guys.
Tuna, always a pleasure, buddy. Thanks for calling in. You be well.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
All right, later.
Yeah, we need to do a show on tots. We haven't done a show on tots in years.
Yeah, no, we
are
haven't.
due for a show on tots. Somebody
And
put
we're
that-
not talking about the ones you bake in the oven either. Just saying.
No, we definitely need to do a show on tots. So it's been a while. Definitely do. We definitely do.
There you go, Scott. So
Early
gas station tuna, and the Twonky, they're both Californian. The two of them have the best voices, I believe, in the geocaching community. Those two people right there,
Dude,
the
he's got the
Twonky
best
and
name
gas
in
station tuna.
geocaching. I've said it. I will
Yeah.
stand by it.
Yeah.
Best name in geocaching. I've said it
Yeah.
many times. Whenever I
You
hear
say
it,
best name, I say best voice.
I will say it. Best name in geocaching all the
Yeah.
time. Best name. It's the best. Okay. Anyway,
You know how he got his name too, don't you? He
I have
literally
no
got
idea.
it. He literally got it because he went to one of his first finds or whatever. He went and had lunch and actually got a gas station tuna sandwich, a tuna fish sandwich from a gas station. And he goes, "That's my name now, gas station tuna." That's how he got it. Yeah.
Was he begging for food poisoning?
I mean, yes. I can't even. Okay, who's up? Craig, you're up. You go.
Me, okay, my turn next. Okay, which one I'm going to go. Well, we're going to talk about then the equipment and tots, and it says that you need expensive equipment to geocache. If you don't have expensive equipment like tots and GPS devices, etc., you can't geocache without them.
No, that's not true. You don't even need a premium account for that matter.
I'm just saying what I've researched.
I would say technically you don't realistically, you need one relatively expensive piece of equipment, and that's your smartphone.
No, you could have a GPS.
But everyone's already got
Well, almost everyone's already got one. So, I mean,
GPS
it's
is
not like a new piece of equipment.
A
the
GPS,
app's free.
a GPS is not expensive at all. A GPS is like $150.
A
You can get
GPS is useless. It's useless.
Not
It's
useless. They
it's
still
useless.
work, dude. But the problem is then you got to have a premium account so you can download GPX files to it. But
I've over 12,000 fines all from my iPhone from
you've
cache.
never used it. See, but
Never
never
used a
used
GPS
a
device.
I'm an
Never
old school
needed
guy.
to.
I used
Never
one. I
needed to.
cached before the phone had an app. I had to.
Yeah.
I had no choice.
Now you're showing your age. Just saying.
I know. I'm showing my geocaching age. Is what I'm showing.
Yeah.
Not my geocaching.
Your geo age.
My geo age. Yeah. GPSs are not that. I mean, these days you can get one used for super cheap. For the record, and this is the difference, dude. Let me tell you, my GPS. This is a god honest true story here. Okay, my GPS. Okay, which has been sitting in my backpack for years. I finally took it out of my backpack a couple years ago, threw it in a box. Okay, in my garage. That said garage moved with me to my townhome. I was emptying out that box, and in that box was my GPS. It was a Garmin 350. Okay, hand to God, turned it on. It started. It was on. I hadn't touched that thing 8 years easy.
I'm surprised the batteries hadn't corroded.
Nope. Boom. Lit up like a Christmas tree. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
You got to be kidding me. Yep.
Those were the days when they made things to last, Scott.
No, they're just good. I mean, and
Yeah.
it was great. I loved using a Garmin, but like the phone was just stupid easy to use. You know, once the app came and got good, it just got stupid easy to not use it. Like, how do you use a GPS when the phone is literally right there? You know,
let alone all the people that used to have to download and then print out in pages the actual description and the cache page itself. They had to print out the cache page and have the cache pages with them.
Oh yeah.
That's to me, that's crazy. That's nuts.
Oh yeah, we didn't have the app, dude, to look at this stuff. No,
I still like carrying a handheld GPSR in the woods. The battery lasts. Rechargeable battery lasts all day, a good 10 to 12 hours, and walking around, and I don't use up my phone. The only time I would pop open the phone is like, okay, I can't find this thing. I want a little bit of satellite view.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Dude, for me to do a 6-icon day, it took me and Wheels 11 hours to do a 6-icon day.
Wow.
I can now do it in one preserve within
an hour.
An hour and a half.
Right.
Exactly.
It took us 11 hours. Yeah.
Even Chad's showing his age now by calling it not just a GPS, but a GPS-R.
Oh, I did that because I'm a nerd. Okay, because it's a GPS receiver, people.
Oh, that's right, it's a receiver. But Scott, in the comment sections as well, Jim from Practical Geocaching, he's comes up with a good idea, and that is that the next geocaching movie to come out should be caches with a GPS, and it be in that that grainy feel, like it's back in the day. You know what I mean? Like all the sepia colors. Oh, back in my day, we used to have to do with this and the printed out paper, and Yeah.
Say what you will.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But back then, the game was better. And I'll stand by that.
See, no, I'd ring the buzzer on that as well. I don't think the game was better back then. How was it better back then? And let us know as well in the comments, guys. If you're listening to this as well afterwards at work, you can leave messages for Scott too to say this is better now than what it was before. You didn't have Adventure Labs before. You didn't have.
I don't want to go down this rabbit hole because it's 9:20, but this is also an entire show. 2010 versus 2025 caching.
Oh, let's do it.
It's an entire show.
It
is an entire show. Put it in the show notes. Somebody put it in the show notes. That is definitely a show because it's vastly different game. Such a different game.
It'd be Scott versus Craig with Chad in the middle. Like that's.
It is a vastly different game, and it used to be better. Okay. That being said, something we have not touched on yet, which is the number one. Okay, the number one myth. There is money in the geocaches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
The cash.
that being
Why
said,
do you
I
call it a
found so much
geocache if
money.
there's no cash?
That being said, I found so much money in caches over the years.
Yeah,
It's
true.
crazy. But like there is money in geocaches. Here's a funny story for you. A funny story. Shane is my 13-year-old son. A couple years ago, he enjoys caching with me. Let me rephrase that. He tolerates caching with me. Okay. But he's always in. He's always good to go. He doesn't complain. He's always good to go. He does it. His friends recently, well, I shouldn't say recently, a couple years ago, took up geocaching. And they're like, wow, you have finds? He's like, I have hundreds of finds. They're like, mind blown. Okay. So the first cache they ever found, his friends, the first cache he ever found had $5 in it. So if the first cache you ever find
Then
has money in it, and it's not like a nickel or a quarter,
Mhm.
it actually has paper money in it, and you're like 11 years old, your mind is blown.
yeah.
Right. And now you are seeking every single cache that they could find, hoping for money.
And I will say, Scott, as well, and there's viral videos out there from young guys, normally young guys, not the generation of vloggers like you see now, but the younger ones as well. And they will have a viral video because they say, how much money can I make while geocaching? And they cache around the town. And at the end of the video, they go, I didn't make anything. But it doesn't matter because people will watch it wanting to know how much money you can make while
Right.
geocaching.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Joe Fro says, they'll be chasing that high for the rest of their lives.
They'll
Seriously,
never
it's like
get it
chasing
again.
dragons, chasing that dragon, man. Yeah. They'll be chasing
Yeah.
I mean,
I
the
think
first
I've made
cache has money in it.
I think I've made somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 over my caching career.
No, I pulled the 20 out once. I've pulled the 20 out of an
Ooh.
FTF
I
cache.
know.
I
I've
have.
never pulled
I
a
probably
20
made
out.
I probably made $75 to $100 in
I
my 16, 17 years.
I pulled a number of $2 bills out, and some ones, and any change. It's like I don't touch that stuff.
Well, you see, that's the thing, Chad, as well, and that's what I did with Hale Meister and Neil Moore as well. We started up the Coins for Kids.
Coins for Kids.
And so every time we found coins in a cache, we'd take them and put them in a little jar, and then at the end of the year, we'd donate them to charity, being the St. Jude's as well. And so we'd do that, and I would get honestly $75, $80 a year, literally in coins alone.
Wow.
In coins
Amazing.
alone. So yeah.
No, that's great.
So it does that up. It does that up, Chad. You're leaving that quarter behind. You get
No,
4
absolutely.
quarters in a day. There's $1 a day. So
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh,
I just despise changed. That's all.
spice change. Oh my God! I
you're
have
one
a
of
chain-
those.
I have one of those plastic Coke. Well, it was a Coke. Now it's a plastic water bottle, empty water jug filled with change in my bedroom that I've had literally for 18 years. I've had it just filling with change. Because and it's like, and the funny part is I can't even take it to a bank anymore. You can't go to a bank with change anymore. You got to go to the coin stuff and like ding.
I've got a ammo can that is about 3/4 full of quarters. Okay. That thing is one heavy friggin' ammo can.
Sorry, we're rabbit holing. Chad, to you.
All caches should have swag. So I think
that's absolutely
no ammo, regular size and bigger, definitely.
Yeah.
I would say that there are some regular size, sandwich container size that realistically you can't put a significant amount of swag in those things. And I remember one time early on in my caching career, I got the cacher that followed me finding the container effectively chewed me out with her log because there was no swag left in the container for her and her kids.
Oh.
And the thing was, the container was, maybe, how you got the tiny Folgers instant coffee things that you can make maybe I don't know 4 or 5 cups or whatever out of. It was about that size. It was something about like that. It's like I don't think it ever had any swag in the first place, but
you took it all.
Yeah, I took all of the non-existent swag. But so if there's not swag in there, yeah, if it's an ammo can, I think there should be swag in there. But
oh God, don't get me.
Don't try to blame the previous owner of wiping out all the swag.
Well, here's a question for both of you as well, just quickly, and that is, if you've got a small size container, such as like a small lunchbox size, would you prefer no swag and just a decent sized logbook in like that's actually nice to write in, or would you want some swag in there and just like a little micro or a scrap piece of paper to write your name? What would you prefer?
decent size write in the rain logbook?
Well, here's the thing: is that like to me, when I'm hiding a cache, I determine how easy is it, how accessible is it. If it's like, if it's deep into the woods, yeah, I'm putting a spiral little notebook in there, like one of those, like note ones. But if it's really relatively accessible to me and I can get it pretty quickly, no, I'll throw a Right in the Rain in there. I'll throw a practical geocaching, like log in there. Yeah, you're welcome.
Or log work one,
or a log work one. Yes, if I don't have any. I'm out of stock on log work ones.
I do
Jim
not
has given me literally 10,000 logs, so I have plenty of Jim logs.
I do not like the little plastic baggies that are a pain in the butt to open up. They split and pain in the butt to close back up, and it's a time waster.
And if it gets any moisture in it, it sweats anyway and gets wet and moldy.
Exactly.
So yeah, what's the point? You better off with the rain
for the record, I put my swag. I also put my swag in a bag. I don't just leave it in the ammo can. I put my toys and stuff in a Ziploc bag.
And yeah, I'll put the swag in a quality Ziploc bag.
As do I. Yes, I do too. All right, Craig, one more to you.
My last one is geocaching is easy. It's just like a normal treasure hunt.
Are treasure hunts easy?
Apparently so. Again, this is my research, so that's what I heard. Is
geocaching is just
easy. Like a treasure. Maybe it is to begin with, especially now, because when you download the app and you're a non-premium, you only get like up to the two ratings and only traditional. So you don't see the puzzle caches or mystery caches. You don't see the multis that are out there. You don't see all the other different types, earth caches and the like. So maybe to begin with, yeah, it is easy. You know what I mean? But the deeper you go, then the harder it becomes.
I mean, to me, easy. It could be, the game could be anything you want. It can be easy. You find 1.5, it's easy.
Yeah.
But you find 5, it's not easy. Well, sometimes, but I guess it's the game, and that's again. I've always said that's the beauty of this game. It can be whatever you want it to be.
Exactly.
In many different factors and forms and varies. So it's a beauty part of this game. But can it
normally
be easy?
Normally, I was going to say it becomes easier the more you do it, because you get to look out for these things too. So the more once you start to deep dive into this thing, then you like, as I said before, my son, he found a cache without even having the app when he was with his mum at the time, and she's like, "Don't touch that. That's a light bulb or whatever." And he's like, "No, it's a geocache." And he opened it up, and sure enough, it was a 5-1 geocache.
Wow,
puzzle cache. Yeah, he signed my name, and he gave me the details, and I logged it. So there you go.
Sweet.
One thing I love, I guess, as I used to love, is those first. We've talked about this before. Those first 100 finds. When you're new to the game, those first 100 finds, and you're learning about the game, and you're learning how the game works, and you're finding all these finds, and you're just being mind blown. Now 25,000 finds in, it's rare that I'm mind blown. I get it occasionally, maybe twice a year. I'm mind blown.
I remembering the first time you lifted the skirt and was
like, oh my God,
yeah,
absolutely. But like, I miss that. I guess
we're talking geocaching, Scott.
Chasing the dragon, that finding that chasing that mind blown, because it doesn't happen anymore. I've seen everything, Yeah. And so when you see something you haven't seen, you're like, wow, that's amazing. Like
exactly.
When you're that many finds and you're this many years in, you've seen everything. Let's be real.
I still remember that first fake bolt, fake magnetic bolt. That first one you find, it's like, what? Where do they get? How did they do what? Or even the very first magnet with just the letters on it, and the magnet opens up. And I remember I hunted one for like an hour within my first 10. I hunted for almost an hour with a friend of mine who'd never cached before as well, around and around and around this electrical box, and there it was in plain sight the whole time. And end up finding it, and an hour later we were ecstatic. We were high-fiving each other. We were like mind blown.
Yeah.
I got one out
so
there.
Good in the beginning. It's so good. The first 100 are the best.
I got one out there called not my first one, and the letters on the magnetic pack that's put up there is N1ST. It's like if you only read it, it would. And I've had a number of people say, it's like only if I would have read that, I wouldn't have spent 2 hours looking for it.
How about this one? One more for me. You can keep the geocoins you find in the geocache.
I did that with my first one I found, but then I went and put it back because I thought there was an actual tracking device inside it, like Elon Musk style device inside the coin. So I went and put it back.
Yeah, guys, you can't keep the coin
at the door. No,
you gotta move it back. You gotta move it along.
Move it along. Move it along.
I can't tell you how many coins I have lost because they are gone forever.
Yes. No one puts out coins in. Some people put out the like a proxy as such, like they'll actually have
you don't see coins
photo. I used to see a photo of it, laminated photo, but that's it.
You don't see coins anymore.
I will occasionally buy a $5 one that they're trying to get rid of the inventory from at a mega event or something, and put it out. I did that for my Alaska trip, for example. I bought an Alaska coin specifically for that, put it out there. They've all gone missing. But my expectations were that they were going missing. It's like I wanted kind of like a memory and something to kind of give back a little to geocaching. Unfortunately, it went into someone's pocket that probably didn't care much about geocaching. Sadly. But in 10 years time, when it pops back up on at someone's yard sale,
all right, Chad, one more. Do your last one. That's the best one.
You should never use food container as a cache container.
You shouldn't. You should
never use a food container as a cache container. And it's like, I would say never use one that you haven't cleaned out.
You should
never use one that
you should never use, period.
At all. No, never. So if you clean it out, make sure it's waterproof and it'll stand up to the environment. There are certain food containers out there that make very good cache containers.
They'll still get eaten. They still get eaten by rats and deer and other animals. No matter how much you clean that plastic container, it's still got the smell to an animal of food in there. No matter how good you are.
Okay. Mine managed to survive.
And then Chad's final one, guys, is it's all about the numbers.
Yes.
It's all about the numbers. Is it? See my shell. Is it all about the numbers?
No, I'll say no. And only for the simple reason is that I find it's more when I go to a mega event, for instance, I'm not out finding every single cache in around. And I even did it with Chad in Rome as well. We bypassed one cache because it was broken. We were like, well, we log a DNF. It was broken. We couldn't sign the logbook. So it's not about the numbers. It's about that walk that I did with Chad. You know what I mean? With the people that are surrounding me. So for me personally, it's actually all about the people rather than the numbers of caches. So that's just
Chad. To you, all about the numbers? Yes or no?
Definitely not all about the numbers. While the numbers can be fun and nice to have. For me, it's the experience, it's the places, it's the people that you meet, the places that it takes you to. Those are much, much more prized by me than the numbers.
Agreed. And I'm going to agree with you and add to that. Yes, on certain things, a power trail that I go out with, in Southern Illinois. Geocaching day. Oh my God, that's all about the numbers. That's all it's about is numbers. Geocaching day. So yes, those certain instances, absolutely about the numbers. For me as a cacher in my career, absolutely not. For me, it's about experiences. It's about going and climbing that mountain or getting into the woods. My greatest thing I love doing, getting into the woods. Like I'm an ammo can guy. I seek that out. I seek, I want to get dirty. I want to come out. I want to pull 15 ticks off me. You know, to me, that's a great day. I have a sign literally upstairs in my house right now, and it states the best days end with the dirtiest clothes, and it is hanging in my home. You know, that sign is hanging in my home right by my front door, you know, and that is the God's honest truth. That is my mantra. You know, like to me, I agree with that 1000%. It's why I bought it. It's why it's hanging in my house. You know?
But we are still all proud of our numbers because we still all say our numbers. So
absolutely, you know,
the
like
numbers
said,
are there, but they're not. It's not all about the numbers, but the numbers are still there.
No, but again, unless it's geocaching day or a power trail, that's about the only two times.
Right,
you know? And again, the beauty part about this game, I will say it till the day I die, is something for everybody. There's, you know, there's skirts, there's power trails, there are ammo cans, something for everybody. It's great, you know.
Definitely.
So yeah. So is it about the numbers? Sometimes. That's what I'll say.
But it's not all about the numbers.
It's not all about this. It's the definition of all. So
exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
Joe Fro says, "What's geocaching? What's geocaching?" Joe Fro, there's a whole shows on this. We go to our we have whole shows on geocaching.
Go to any past December show, and you'll learn about especially like the week before Christmas, and you'll learn about geocaching.
In a nutshell, Joe Fro, geocaching day is December 25th, Christmas Day. Obviously, when you're Jew, you're not celebrating. I don't celebrate Christmas. So what do? I go out and I geocache. The beauty part about geocaching day is, guess what? There's nobody on the roads. There's nobody in the malls. There's nobody in the geocaching day is all about numbers. It's all about urban caching. It's all about going and finding the caches you couldn't find because there's highly muggled areas. So it's going to the city, or it's going into, you know, to those areas where there's high muggle area. There's nobody there. Nobody's there on Christmas Day. It's the perfect time to go geocaching day. So it's all about the numbers. It's trying to get 100. You go before the sun comes up. You finish at 3 o'clock. You get Chinese food. You finish before the sun goes down. You have to end the day on Chinese food, and you have to have there's rules of geocaching day. You also have to play Christmas music while you're doing it, and you have to wear an ugly sweater. But the best part is you have to have an event at 3:30 p.m. after you've had your Chinese food, because you're trying to see how many people will leave their family on Christmas Day at 3:30 p.m. and come out to an event, and then you shame them. And you publicly shame them for leaving their family. And that is how you end geocaching day.
See, I would go to the event, but I think if I went and did a geocaching day run, my marriage would end. So.
And that I've been doing this, Joe Furrow, I've been doing it every year since 2009. So this year will be the 16th year, 15th, 16th year, I think 15th year, maybe. Okay. I think it's the 15th anniversary of geocaching day, I think, right?
Wow.
Yep.
9 and 9 is 10 and 4. Oh my God, it's 15th anniversary of geocaching day. Holy mackerel. Yeah. It's funny because if you go to my numbers, if you look at my numbers, my highest day for finding caches, Christmas Day.
There you go.
By far.
Wow.
1,000. By far.
Scott, we did have one more as well on Facebook comment from Ryan Simmel.
I'm sorry.
What one more last one. He said, I heard an urban legend where you leave a bison tube in an LPC and it will magically transform into a pill bottle, apparently.
It will if I'm in the neighborhood. Yeah. It will if I'm in the neighborhood. And then it's gonna it'll be repurposed into a pine tree where it should be.
I'll leave you with that one, Scott. There you go.
Thank you. Guys, next week, see my shell out on assignment for 2 weeks.
In another country, Scott.
Never fear. Guys, we deliver. We have got, guys, old schooler Stevens ad infinitum coming on the show.
Corey.
Good old Corey, an old host. Guys, we are talking. We're doing it again. I love this. Every time we do it, we're doing it again. We're eBay digging. We're going to eBay, Chad, an eBay dig of geocaching items. That is on the docket for next week. I love when we do these shows. It's
I gotta start hunting.
You gotta start hunting. You gotta start hunting.
It's all on you now, Chad.
You guys start hunting eBay. So, guys, next week, Stevens ad infinitum joining us. It's been a lot. It's been years since Corey's been on this show. So we're bringing him back for an eBay dig of geocaching items. That's on next week's show, guys. So thank you, everybody. Craig, we will miss you. It's always sad when you're not on the show. So
thank you, mate. And just for everyone's information, I'm out for 2 weeks too, Scott. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks. The next 2 Wednesdays. I'm overseas. I'm in the UK. I'm doing a tour of the UK. So I'm getting 5 more country souvenirs. So
oh my god, that's
right. That's a hard life. Someone's got to do it.
I guess so. Yeah. So, yeah, guys. We will talk to you guys next week. Everybody, be well and be safe. Who's going to answer the phones? No one's going to answer the phones. We're going to have nobody answered the phones before Craig. So we will no, nobody's eBay dig. Nobody's calling in for the eBay dig. No problem. All right, guys. Everybody be well, be safe. We will talk to you guys next week. Hug your loved ones. Be safe. Here we go. Please join us again every Wednesday night at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central as we stream live on Facebook and YouTube. The archive video versions of our podcast are available on our website or on our YouTube channel, and the audio versions are available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. If you like the show, please head on over to Apple Podcasts and rate, review, and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it, and it really helps the show when you do. If you prefer to watch the show, make sure you click the subscribe or get notified buttons to know exactly when we go live. And hey, if you haven't already, please consider becoming a patron of our show. With tiers starting as low as $5, you will get a ton of additional information, extra audio, extra video, only available to our Patreon members. Please head on over to patreon.com today and subscribe. That's patreon.com/The Geocaching Podcast. Thanks once again to our sponsors, Cashly, Logwork, FTF Geocacher Magazine, The Max Suds Body Company, Practical Geocaching, Arted Crafted, PathTags.com, Cashcraft, and GeoGo. Please visit our sponsors, and when you make a purchase, you tell them the GCPC sent you. That's all we got this week, so we'll see you next week talking geocaching, taking your phone calls. In the meantime, be good, be safe, hug your loved ones, and we will talk to you guys next week. And we're clear. Joe First says the puppet should get his own T-shirt. I can't, dude. That's like I'll get sued.
That's copyright.
Super copyrighted. I would. Absolutely.
I actually thought about getting a Miss Piggy one and just surprising you with it. So.
You know what's funny is that nobody noticed. Is that last year? Maybe people did notice. Nobody commented. Last year's Christmas card that we gave to the patrons. Okay, Chad, do you remember the Christmas card? On she doesn't even remember. On Chad's T-shirt that Chad was wearing, it was a cartoon. It was us cartoon characters. Chad's T-shirt had Kermit on it. It had the it had Dark Side Kermit on it. It did. Nobody said a word. Nobody. It was even on our show. It was in our. I put it up for Christmas on our website. Nobody said a word. I put it up on Facebook. Nobody said a word. It had Dark Side. His T-shirt had Dark Side Kermit. Yep. Although I'm thinking about a dark side, I'm actually thinking about a Dark Side Kermit path tag. That may happen. That might happen.
That can happen. It's just you can't.
It
sell
can happen.
Products.
It's just if I
can't
feel
sell
spending $100 for it.
Oh yeah,
it may happen. But there will definitely be a H-bomb T-shirt. Definitely will happen. That is absolutely happening, and it's going to be freaking brilliant. Yeah, and everybody better buy one. Because the two biggest sellers of our T-shirts, okay, honestly, the two big. Chad, name the two biggest sellers. Let's see if you can guess the two biggest sellers.
Going caching is fun.
That's number one. What's the second one? You'll be surprised. It has nothing to do with the podcast.
Oh, it's an actual normal.
Is it the Star Wars Millennium Falcon?
Nope. It's the 2020 Sucks T-shirt.
Oh, 2020 Sucks.
Okay.
That
cool.
one. Yeah, that one.
We sold so many of those T-shirts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I would have made a lot of money if we made any money off those T-shirts. Unfortunately, we didn't. I'm like, oh man, I'm doing this way wrong. Because we would have made a fortune off. Oh my God, I sold so many of those. Yeah, that one and the Geocaching is Fun Wii. That one sold a ton too. As well. So guys, we appreciate you buying the shirts. Again, I don't make any money off of it at all. The No Bueno, I've sold a few No Buenos. Those were sold a few. Yes. So yes, but the H-bomb will definitely happen. That will definitely happen. And Craig, you better buy one because anywhere people would laugh their A's off.
People are like,
all right, guys,
what's an H-bomb? I said, no, it's a H-bomb. H. They go, H.
It's such a genius shirt too. All right, guys. Everybody be well and be safe. We'll talk to you guys next week. Mine is Craig. Craig, we'll see you in 3 weeks. You have
3
fun.
weeks.
You travel safe, buddy.
Oh, always.
All right, guys. You be well and be safe. We'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.